NetInspect will be your primary method of inputting data about your parts. Let's quickly go over the interface so you understand how to use the program efficiently. After you've made it to net-inspect.com, you need to log in. Your user ID is your first and last name, and your password will be custom created by you when you set up your account. The company name is Rimico. Once logged in, you'll be greeted with this screen with 3 options to choose from. Start a new run/job is where you will do just that. If you have already started a job or are resuming one someone else started, you can click on the Resume an existing run/job button. Import measurements isn't usually applicable to the jobs you will be running, so we won't worry about it. In order to start a new job, you need to fill out all the information fields. All the information you need should be on your router. The part field needs to be filled with the part number associated with the batch you're running. The machine field is a drop-down menu where you should select the machine you will be using for this job. Run/job/lot number should be filled with your router number, a dash, followed by your machine. The operation number should be whatever operation you're performing for the job. The PO number is on your router. The lot size should be filled with the number of parts you are dealing with, including scrap. The material lot number is not needed for our jobs. Once all your information is correctly entered, you're ready to begin your job. Conversely, if you are resuming a job that has already been started, you can click on that tab and simply search by either the job number or the part number to find and resume it. Once you have started your job, you can begin the machining process. Each dimension has its own row, and numbered columns for each numbered part for you to enter dimension data. The leftmost columns within NetInspect give you an indication of what to do for each dimension. The bubble column shows the bubble number for the dimension. This is the same number that will be on the part's drawing. The feature column tells you what tool to use to measure the dimension. Here, MIC means you should use a micrometer. The sampling plan column will tell you that each dimension has a 100% check rate. However, you should disregard this, and instead look to your inspection sheets which will have the correct check rate. The tool column allows you to manually input which specific tool you are using to measure the dimension. The tool ID can be found on the tag that should be placed somewhere on the tool in question. The specifications column gives you your high and low tolerances. The dimension can't go above or below these limits. Serial and lot numbers go horizontal. If you don't have a physical drawing to reference, a digital drawing should be available underneath part documents. If you can't find one, ask your cell leader for help. For each dimension, click on the corresponding box and input your results. NetInspect will highlight the box with a color depending on how close you were to the mean tolerance. Once you've checked your inspection sheet to find the correct check rate for each dimension, you'll notice that they are usually either 1 every 5 parts or 100% check rates. However, every part will always have a 100% visual check rate, even if you aren't required to use a tool. You should always be visually inspecting your parts. If you don't, a mistake could slip by until you're 20 parts in, meaning you have to go back and check 20 parts for a mistake. If you visually check your parts every time, you can catch a mistake as soon as it appears and correct it. From this point on, you should be fully equipped to finish the run. If you aren't able to finish a job before the end of your shift, not to worry. To pause the job, all you have to do is log out of NetInspect. Just make sure you finish entering the dimension data for the last part you were working on before doing so. Once you've logged out and paused the job, another worker can log in and resume where you left off. It's important to remember to make sure you never input dimension data to NetInspect when you are not logged in as yourself. Always make sure that you are the one logged in while you're working, and always remember to log out when you're done. In the event that a dimension is out of tolerance, NetInspect will tag this. You will be required to input a cause for why the part was out of tolerance. Once selected, you will then pick a sub-cause that allows you to get slightly more specific. Then, you will enter what correction you will employ, and you can write in a comment if need be. Once a part has been tagged as out of tolerance, you will be required to check that particular dimension for the last 5 parts you completed, as well as the next 5 parts you complete, to ensure that there are no long-standing problems. If for some reason you need to modify a result by clicking Tools and then Modify Results, you can do so. You can change the lot size, fix a mismeasurement, or correct a job number. Once you've filled in all the data, just click on Tools, then click Close Run. Remember that all parts, even bad ones, must be entered into NetInspect before you can close the run. Here are a couple of extra tips to help you while using NetInspect. When entering dimension data into NetInspect, feel free to add an additional decimal place when entering your measurement. There's never any harm in adding more decimal places to your entered measurements. Be sure to refresh your browser occasionally to ensure that NetInspect has not logged you out in the background. Refreshing once every hour or so should be fine. If you keep all these things in mind, you should be ready to use NetInspect to its full potential. If you ever come across something you are unsure of, you can always ask someone for help, or refer back to this video. Now that you've been prepared, you're ready to put forth your best work.